Denny O'Neil, you have Jerry Robinson, you have Neil Adams, who went batshit crazy on Twitter, and you have Frank Miller. And the funny thing about it is, these are the same people that praised The Dark Knight. They praised The Dark Knight. They praised the shit out of that comic. And all of a sudden, they turn around and go like, Frank Miller's the problem. He can't write women characters. Let me tell you something, bitch. Frank Miller created Elektra, a badass superhero. And let me tell you this. He created Carrie Kelly, the first female Robin. Clearly, you forgot that. Clearly, no one didn't give you the memo. And let me tell you something. Frank Miller's writing, his comics, they mean a lot to me. I love his work. I love Batman Year One. And I find it kind of offensive that Tom King will steal that idea, the artwork, and try to copy Miller's work. But anytime he tries to write like Alan Moore or Frank Miller, he writes badly. And I'm not saying that he wrote a lot of bad stories. He wrote some good stories. I really like the Double Date comic with Batman, Catwoman, and Superman and Lois. I thought that was a really cool story. And the thing is, Tom King cannot write male characters. He's good at writing female characters. They should have given him Wonder Woman. He probably would have done a great job with that, because I don't read it. But he would have done a great job with Wonder Woman, I'm sure, because I wouldn't read it. So, I haven't read a Wonder Woman comic almost forever, so. And I have no plans and interest to either, so. I only read Catwoman comics, because I love Catwoman. But, still, I hope he turns around Batman and Catwoman, makes it good, makes it interesting. Do a great job with it. Just don't fuck up any of the stories or Phantasm, because if you do, I know that a lot of Tom King fans, or should I say stains, will defend him to the end, but just don't fuck up Phantasm or Catwoman or Batman's relationship. I mean, have Catwoman kick the shit out of Phantasm, but just don't fuck it up. I feel better. So, anyway, a lot of people believe that the Camazotz was more like a vampire bat who protected the bat cave, the bats, and a lot of people associate him with Dracula, the Dracula type sightings and stuff, which there are like vampire stories of. You know, or as they call it, Dracula, which, yeah. Giant vampire bats. In 1988, a fossil of a vampire bat was discovered in Venezuela. Shit. I feel sorry for Venezuela, by the way, so socialism's a bitch. The bat was larger than the modern vampire bat by 25%. Shit. That a big motherfucker. Dubbed as the Desmond Dracula, it was popularly known as the giant vampire bat. Sites containing examples of it has been found in Brazil and Venezuela. In 2000, a tooth from the giant bat was found in Argentina. Okay, that is a big motherfucker. I mean, founded. So, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say like a huge MFer, but I would use as a huge bitch. I love that movie. Much in Argentina, but much farther south of the modern range. It's difficult to date to exactly when the Dracula went extinct. Of it, or if it went extinct at all. Oh man, they think it's still out there. Just note to self: don't go to any of the states: Brazil, Venezuela, Argentina. I won't be going there. All the sites have been dated so far to be between late. Anyway, they believe it might be, around still, but they have the dates between Mayan time, which I don't know Mayan time. So, I mean, they were the same people who believed 2015 was supposed to be the end of the world. We're still here. We're still alive. Remember that when they said that, like the Mayan time, they believed that the world would end in 2015 or 16. I forget which one it was. Like, I am not making this up. My aunt and uncle were like doomsday preppers preparing for that. They were like preparing for everything. They were preparing for the zombie apocalypse too. Which there's nothing wrong to be prepared. I'm always prepared for everything. You have to be prepared for this world nowadays. Anyway, I wonder what happened to that case. The case of the what was it? That campground, that park, the state park where the 6 people got arrested. Y'all remember that? The 5 elderly men and 85-year-old woman arrested for, lewd acts in the woods. There's no story update to that. Like, what happened? Like, the Connecticut Park incident, as I call it. That was a fascinating story, Hold on, I'm typing in the keyboard, so. Alright, I'm trying to get updates on this story, because I said to everyone I would be on that story, figuring it out, what happened. Remember August 22nd? I think I did the show after the 22nd, or I did do it on the 22nd. I forget. The 6 senior citizens are arrested and accused of lewd sexual acts in the Connecticut Park. I am so fascinated with the story, and it's very creepy. But I wish I could do an interview with these people and just ask them, like, what were they thinking? What was going through their head? I mean, I'm sure they were thinking of lust, but they should have thought of the repercussions of it. I mean, getting caught. I mean, you just, you can't allow moments of passion to corrupt your mind and do things you'll regret. I'm sure they didn't regret it. I mean, by their mugshots, they look proud of it. Like they're in their 80s or 60s and 70s, and moments of passion and lust just corrupt the mind. Disappointing. For those who didn't listen to the show, I know someone asked, I didn't listen to it, can you give me the rundown of it? Absolutely, I'd be glad to. Oh my god, they interviewed the woman. They interviewed, You ready? Here it is. Smoking Gun, a reliable source, caught up, saying that they were interviewed the people, and they were saying they were caught up in the morals, sweeping, targeting men engaging public sex act. Joyce Butler and her husband, Richard, Joyce 85, Richard 82, were cited last week a breach of the peace in Fairfield Park, about 4 miles from their home in Bridgeport, after receiving complaints about inappropriate behavior in the park. Police conducted surveillance operating and netted the couple, who were married for 60 years, and 4 men ranging from the ages of 62 to 75. The police press release rounded up does not specifically say what they did, what the Butlers allegedly did in the park. But in an interview, the couple, who were branded as sexual deviants by the New York Post story, vehemently denied engaging in lewd sexual activity while in the parkland in their Toyota. We were just sitting there and we just got caught up on what's going on, said Joyce Butler. And they were perfectly all wrong. There was nothing going on at all. The couple have 5 adult children and 14 grandkids. Yeah, they've been doing a lot. I'm sorry. They went for a drive last Friday, and they stopped at Grace Richardson Convention Area. I didn't even know they had a convention area in a park. We were just sitting in our car, getting a little air. And that was it, Joyce, who added, "We'd gone there for years. We used to take our children to go find golf balls. Years ago, they were little. 87-acre park next to a golf course." Wow, I didn't even know that. Damn, my state park doesn't even have a golf course. Cheap bastards. By the way, as a teenager, I did love golf. I haven't played it. I need to. I heard it's very relaxing and very stress-free. You don't get anxiety. You just, When Joyce handed the phone to her husband, the first thing Richard Butler told the Smoking Gun, "I haven't had sex in maybe 10 years. I got no blood flow. I got 3 doctors who would back me up," the retired factory worker then echoed his wife about the visit to the park. "What the fuck can I do in a fucking front seat of a car?" Alright, I believe this man's story. Richard asked, who said he uses a walker and can no longer navigate in the park on foot, as he used to do with his wife. As his wife has to use a walker too. Okay, I believe these people. If they have to use walkers and the one dude, said what he said, I actually believe him. I mean, I can't, The other dudes I can believe, but one dude looks dirty as fuck. I mean, getting arrested for going around nude in the park, yeah, he did something. This couple, I just believe they were at the wrong place at the wrong time.